Brittany. So to help us better understand what's at stake for Utah's primary election today, we welcome in Jason Perry, the director of the Hinckley Institute of Politics at the University of Utah. Thanks for being here this morning, Jason.
Glad to be with you.
So let's talk about the key races we have today. I know there are at least three.
Yeah, there are, and many more. Everyone's talking about at least three. Mitt Romney is a driving force right now for people in the state, even people who don't know politics very well. They know Mitt Romney, so I think he's going to bring a lot of people to the ballot box today. At least I hope that's the case. People are also watching Congressman Curtis. He gets a rematch against Chris Herod, John Curtis against Chris Herod. So we'll watch that one again. Also, people are watching that.
Is that expected to be a more tighter race, obviously, than the Romney? How many points is Romney up against Kennedy?
42 points, according to the last poll, and about 38 points for Congressman Curtis. Those are not really close races, which we hope doesn't make people stay away. But both of them are sort of headliners that people are interested in.
Sure. And then one more of those races, I know, for filling one of the Utah's congressional seats.
Well, that's what's interesting today, too. We have a primary for the Democrats for the 1st Congressional District. The winner of this one will take on Congressman Bishop, who's been in that role for a very long time. This is a great race just to see Democrats involved in that, but also this is social worker versus the paratrooper. This is just such an interesting race, and so people should be watching that one.
You know, as a voter, I've got my ballot in the mail already. And, of course, we've been talking about these big three key races that are really the ones that most people are noticing for this particular primary, but my ballot doesn't have any of those races on it. So your ballot may be different depending on where you live.
That's absolutely right. All of us have a chance to vote for different people depending on where we live. So you really need to look at that ballot, look at those races. Sometimes, you know, like in my district, I've got one option. I get to vote for the person running for the Senate, and the rest I don't have a chance. But throughout the state, look at that ballot. Go to the Lieutenant Governor's website and see who you have a chance to vote for.
And what's the expected turnout for people voting today?
Well, the numbers are up already. 27 of the 29 districts have mail-in balloting right now, which is really improving the number of people voting. So we are already ahead of where we were in the last election cycle. So it looks like people are showing up, and they're also mailing in those ballots, a great sign.
So that's good news for people who are in Utah following our politics here. But there's a lot of people, as we know, a primary election generally doesn't have a high turnout compared to a general election. Even then, we're only hitting maybe 30% is pretty aggressive there for people showing up to the polls. What is the biggest reason people should go out and vote today?
Well, we have these big races, which we are watching, but there are 17 districts open right now, even for the state legislature. I mean, that's so interesting. The level of government closest to the people is sometimes the level we should be watching the closest. And we have some very interesting races right now that will impact us in very significant and very real ways. So we should not just skip this. This is the local level, and these are people we should be looking for.
Of course, representing your local city, or county.
Exactly.
So if you want to be able to get more information on what you need to do to vote, we'll have more information on our website. Again, goodforutah.com/GMU. And as your local election headquarters, we'll be on top of the primary results as they come in today. Tonight, we'll have the latest numbers right here on News for Utah at 10. And also keep those numbers updated on our website. Again, goodforutah.com/politics. Talking this morning with the director of the Hinckley Institute of Politics, Jason Perry. Thank you for being here this morning, Jason.
Thank you.
You bet.